Salutations, mortals and children of the night. I am the Vampire Otaku, and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about keeping manga collecting exciting, keeping it fun, and how to keep the longevity of it all. It's a really fun hobby, but there's a lot of ways that you can easily get burnt out or bored or even tired of the price gouging and just the limited supplies. There's a lot of cons to collecting anything really. If you're a movie collector, if you're an anime figure collector, if you're a trading card collector, whatever your poison may be, there are many different things that can cause you to fall out of love with the passion that you have for collecting. So let me break down the things that I've learned throughout my years of collecting, where I quit collecting and I jumped back in and experienced crazy price changes, but still enjoyed the hunt. So specifically for this video, I want to be talking about manga. How to keep manga collecting fun and interesting. I feel that the thing that makes manga collecting fun is the scarcity of each volume. Like, you really never know which volumes are going to go out of print or out of stock. You're collecting a manga and then you decide to slow down on collecting and maybe catch up on some bills, maybe buy some other things, maybe jump into a different hobby real quick. And the next thing you know, the ongoing series that you were collecting, now volume 14 is out of stock. People are charging $100, $200 for that one volume. It's madness, really. And the people that jack prices up for volumes that are, not necessarily out of print, but just out of stock, they're terrible people. I'm gonna be honest with you, they're not the best people at all. But, can't knock a hustle, I guess. I don't know. But what keeps it fun? Setting goals for yourself, challenging yourself, making a list of things that you want to do or things that you don't want to do within your collection. Let's talk about those things first. So, making goals. My goal was to have 1,000 volumes of manga. I'm a little bit over that goal now, but after I completed that goal, I slowed down. And I haven't really been collecting quite as much. I've still been, finishing series and adding to ongoing series, but I haven't really been as crazy about collecting as I was because I met one of my big goals. But what keeps me collecting and what keeps it fun is there are still some series that are out of print and rare that I enjoy. This is a two-part thing right here, but great example, Initial D. I'm still collecting the old Tokyo Pop versions, and I probably have, I don't know, I'd say maybe like 11 to 13 more volumes to go to complete that series. It's really expensive, and it's a challenge to find them for decent prices here and there. And sometimes I'll overspend on it just to have it. But I don't really need to do that anymore because Initial D has been reprinted. But I love having the newer version and the older version in my collection next to each other. I just think it makes my collection look eclectic, and it makes it look like I've been collecting for a really long time, but I'm also appreciating the newer versions of things. And that can keep collecting mangas exciting, how you get the paperback version of Hellsing and then you get the hardcovers, or you might find the paperback versions of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusader, just having different formats of the same story. For some people that's redundant and a waste of money, and for some people it's a challenge to get every version of your favorite series. Another example of how to keep collecting manga fun is to collect all the volumes that, let's just say that you're a collector that has been collecting for a long time, and then you may have stopped collecting or you lost your collection like me. In that very specific scenario, you can try to get back all the old series that you used to have, or if you were somebody like me that grew up financially poor and you didn't have the money to complete these series or even to own these series and you simply read them at the library, your challenge, your goal, your fun is to get all the series that you've ever loved, all the series that you've ever wanted to own, but you could only borrow from a library. Or another way to have fun with collecting is to collect with a friend, collect with other people and get out of your comfort zone. If you're a shonen person, start collecting shoujos, start building up a seinen collection or a josei collection. Or if you're strictly a shonen person, get every shonen, get every Viz Media. The Omnibus Collector does things like this, and his collection is well over 5,000 volumes. He has an entire room dedicated towards his mangas. And I believe that his goal was to get every Shonen Sunday ever made. And he did it. It's really awesome. Having big goals like that will keep you collecting for a long time. And then if you decide, all right, I've met my goal, I don't want all these mangas in my collection anymore, it's too much, you can always sell or trade them and then use the money or whatever you trade it towards another goal or another aspiration. For me, I have other goals and aspirations towards collecting manga. I want to build a vampire library, like specifically just vampire manga, as well as a vampire novel library. I've been working on that as well. But only things that I like. I'm not going to collect things that I don't like. I'm not a fan of Vampire Knight. I tried it, just not for me. I love shoujo, but this particular story just wasn't for me. I read it years ago as a kid. I reread some of it as an adult. It's just a little too messy for me. I do like messy stuff. I love Nana. But some messy things just, I don't enjoy reading. But I will give it a shot. I'm almost willing to read anything once. More ideas. Oh, this is also gonna keep collecting fun. What is your vision for your library or your collection? Do you want a library? Do you want 100 manga? Do you want 1,000? Do you want 5,000, 500? Do you have a specific number, or do you simply have a specific order in which you want to keep your series in, and once that order feels complete, you're complete? For instance, I separate my mangas from genre. My vampire, actually no, I take that back. The creator of Hunter x Hunter and Sailor Moon are together because they're married, and I think it's super cute on my bookshelf. And then after that, we have all my vampire mangas, and then after that, all my cars. And then we get into the romance section. And then after romance, we get into music. After music, we got a little bit of art. And after the art, we have, I just love biking, and I just wanted it to be up really high, like cycling, like Tour de France. So Yawamushi Pedal is like just up there. We have Super Sentai, so we have Go-Go Loser Ranger, Super Sentai Go Ranger. Kamen Rider is a part of the universe of Tokusatsu. After that, kind of a few miscellaneous things, but really the only thing that's miscellaneous is the Book of Human Insects. Highly recommend that. It's absolutely insane. And if the art style was realistic, it would just be a lot to read. But Osamu Tezuka's art style is very old school, very cartoonish, reminiscent of Speed Racer and things of that nature. So it kind of makes the insanity that you're reading a little less, a little less polarizing. After that, we have Cats at the Louvre. There's a reason why I put Cats at the Louvre, because right next to that, we have Rohan at the Louvre. I wanted both of my Louvre books to be together. And then after Rohan at the Louvre, I just have my entire JoJo collection. But Thus Spoke Rohan Kashibe is next to Rohan at the Louvre because I just wanted all of Rohan's books to be together. Periodically, Rohan, Thus Spoke Rohan would be after Diamond is Unbreakable, or maybe right before Diamond is Unbreakable. Can't remember right now. But after my JoJo section, I have Sisei's Pious Lie. And next to that, we have Inyo Asano's work, Solanin, Goodnight Poon Poon, Dead Dead Demons, Destruction. And next to him, I have Monster and Pluto. I just feel like both of their works, I don't know why I put their works together, but they both seem to have the same level of mastery for me. Like, I just feel like their art, their storytelling, their character development, their perspectives and their panels, just very chef's kiss, basically. After that, I have some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Pokemon, kind of like nostalgia. And then I got Space, so I got Planet Test, Astra Lost in Space, Die Dark, Saturn Apartments, all my Gundam stuff. And yeah, basically I just keep everything in a genre or like a specific part. Everything needs to be connected. So when I'm looking through my books, I'm like, I want to read something about space. I know it's right over there. I want to read some Gundams. I know it's in the space section. I want to read some nice fuzzy romance. I know it's going to be up there. My vampire stuff. Everything is just easy for me to find. And if somebody is asking me about, what do you recommend for like a rainy day? I could be like, well, if you want to read something good on a rainy day, and I could just look around. And for me, a rainy day is something that's kind of cozy, something that's, honestly, for a rainy day, I would say Hakumi and Mikoshi. That's just a really nice one for a rainy day. Maybe Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon is kind of wholesome. My Neighbor Seki. That'd be nice for a rainy day. I would definitely enjoy reading romance for a rainy day. Oh, The Girl with Senpaku Eyes. Definitely. Definitely wholesome. Definitely nice. What do I want to read if I'm having a bad day? You might want to read something funny. My Neighbor Seki, very funny. I recently just read Vampires. That one is really funny so far. Wotakoi is pretty funny, really nice to read. So on and so forth. It's just very easy for me to find. I went on a tangent. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Keeping manga fun and keeping collecting fresh. Alright, so another thing now, keep your things fresh as far as collecting. Say you're not a person that's a completionist. You're a person that just likes to have the best of the best. You've collected 30 or 40 volumes of Berserk, the paperback, and you're like, wow, those hardcovers look really clean, but they're so expensive, $50 a pop. Sell all of your paperbacks and use the money to get the hardcovers. That will keep it exciting. Trading manga with friends and talking about manga in the community. Joking about what's mid, maybe being serious about what's mid. Maybe you're a shonen hater. Maybe you love shoujo. Maybe you're a shoujo hater and all you care about is fighting and power scaling and things like that. Start arguments, be toxic. I don't know. That'll keep it fun. I personally don't like things like that, but I'm sure it keeps things interesting. Join fandoms. Like, there's fandoms for sports manga. Sports manga just has an energy of its own. There's slam dunks and your Yaomushi pedals and your haikyus and etc. Nana itself should have fandoms. I know it does. It's amazing. Music mangas. And then see what you can learn from manga. Like, for me, I learned a lot about classical music from Nodame Cantabile. See if you can read mangas that inspire you to do stuff. Like, Initial D inspired me to buy a stick shift car and to learn how to drive stick shift. Let's see, what else would keep manga exciting? For me, it's always going to be branching out into different genres that you've never tried. You don't have to necessarily buy these genres. Like if you're a tough guy and you like seinen and shonen, you only like to see people fight, try a boys love. I don't know. Try a romance. Try something cozy. Get yourself some tea, sit down, relax, and just read something sweet. And if you like romances, read something about people beating the crap out of each other. Just try something completely out of your comfort zone. And if you hate it, now you have more reasons and more of an understanding as to why you hate it and why you don't like it. And you might have more of an appreciation for the things that you love, or find different versions of the things that you love. All right, you like music as far as your manga. Blue Giant's about jazz, but usually you read about classical like Your Lie in April. So try Blue Giant. Try reading music, rock music like Beck, if you could find Beck. It should be available online, but if you're only into classical music in your mangas, try some rock, try some different genres like blues and jazz. That's pretty much all I got. I feel like following those ideas could keep you collecting manga for a long time. Try to find a lot of used mangas and deals and sales. Branch out to different companies that, would have variant covers. Try to find variant covers for your favorite mangas. Like with comic books, like if you're collecting Spider-Man or Batman or whatever it is that you enjoy. There are variant cover arts for certain comic books that you find, and they do the same thing in manga. And manga, for Wotakoi, great example. The last volume of the omnibuses is volume 6. There's like 3 different versions of that volume 6. You could collect them all, or you could find your favorite. For me, I like the one when they were kids. It was really sweet, and it was a good callback to when they first met and when they first hung out. Point being, there's many different covers to certain volumes of manga, and you could experiment, see which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and that could keep it exciting for you. Another thing that I enjoy with my mangas are, if you're collecting the new version of old mangas, like for instance, a lot of things from Rumiko Takahashi, Maisi Nikoku, they have like single volumes of that manga that are just like comic books. They're very thin, like your comic books. And finding those would be really cool. Finding some old volumes of Inuyasha, just things like that would be really fun. Well, that's all I got. If you want to keep collecting manga fun, read more. Read as much as you can. Read when you're at work. Read before you go to sleep. Read when you wake up. Just really enjoy the hobby. Get engrossed in it. And talk to people about it. You don't have to keep it all to yourself. But if you want to keep it all to yourself, that's valid too. That's all I got. I'm the Vampire Otaku. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't already and you like what you're hearing, you like the content, subscribe. I really appreciate that. That being said, peace.